Grain prices have staged a dramatic turnaround. While extreme weather events shifted the market balance in favour of producers, a more competitive euro exchange rate against both sterling and the dollar was also a significant factor in lifting prices across all commodities. Looking to this year's harvest, growers should consider forward selling at least part of their crop to take advantage of current market highs and lock away some margin. Historically, grain and commodity prices were driven by supply and demand. Today, speculators increasingly determine price, resulting in huge price volatility. Policymakers need to learn the lessons of the global financial crisis and move to regulate commodity future markets. Otherwise, there is a growing risk that unregulated market force will seriously undermine our food security. Rocketing feed prices have placed pig producers in an extremely serious cost-price squeeze. It now costs €125 to produce a pig with a sale value of €110. With production running at 60,000 pigs per week, Irish producers are accumulating losses at a rate of almost €1 million a week. The Pigs Committee has made good progress in increasing the volume of quality assured Irish product in the supermarkets to 70%. But producers are not getting any benefit from this. Last autumn, IFA made it plain to both retailers and processors that producers cannot survive current losses. While some retailers finally recognised the problem and increased the amount paid by 12 cents per kilogramme, processors have held on to this money, and to date the primary producer has got nothing. This is totally unacceptable. The situation is now at crisis point. The survival of the Irish pig industry is at stake, and all stakeholders must face up to their responsibilities. Processors must secure and pass back price increases. Banks and feed millers must ensure finance is available to help farmers stay in business and meet feed bills that have almost doubled in the last 6 months. And to rebalance the EU market, the Commission must introduce export refunds. On poultry, IFA has secured a 50% reduction in the EPA's annual fees. We are negotiating with the EPA to improve conditions for both pig and poultry farmers. The outcome of the nitrates review is positive for the future of the white meat sector. For poultry, the challenge in 2011 is to increase the presence of quality assured Republic of Ireland chicken on the supermarket shelves and to recover increased costs from the marketplace. Our fish and shellfish farmers in the aquaculture industry deserve recognition for the jobs and exports they provide for our coastal communities. The new government must quickly clear the backlog of licence applications to ensure the growth of this important food sector. Last year, IFA highlighted the excessive power of retailers over suppliers and launched a campaign to secure equity for farmers in the food supply chain. In every sector, including fresh produce, mushrooms and potatoes, IFA has produced the evidence and clearly demonstrated that there is a huge imbalance between the price farmers get and the prices being charged by retailers. The injustice here is massive, and retailers must be compelled to return viable prices to primary producers. This cannot be left to market forces. Regulation is required. IFA is insisting on a statutory code of practice and independent ombudsman to curb retailer power and ensure a more equitable share out of the consumer price for farmers. This will be an important issue in our election manifesto. The retention of funding for forestry in the budget underlines the importance of the sector, both for job creation and its environmental benefits. However, the full potential of the sector is still to be realised. We need a properly functioning wood supply chain. Government must assist forest owners to develop the necessary infrastructure to develop a quality product for domestic and export markets. The government's failure to develop the renewable energy sector is an indictment of the Greens. Farmers have an important contribution to make to our native energy supplies through bioenergy crops, anaerobic digestion and wind energy opportunities. To help achieve our national renewable energy targets, the new government must ensure a viable return for farmers making investments. Our Environmental Committee is working in conjunction with our specialist project teams in this area. The restructuring of the banking sector, agreed as a condition of the EU IMF fund, will result in a significant reduction in the size and activity of Irish banks. It is essential that adequate funding is made available to farmers at competitive rates and that the investment required for growth is supported by our banking sector. Farmers in difficulty must be facilitated to restructure their borrowings on reasonable terms. Tomorrow we will be having a special debate on these issues. I want to recognise the ongoing excellent work of our Farm Business Committee and particularly its chairman in dealing with hundreds of difficult and sensitive credit cases quietly and effectively. Farming is a tight margin business and cost control is critical. IFA's timely surveys on fertiliser, sprays, veterinary medicine, feed ingredients, etc. empower farmers to bargain for the best available deals. With upward pressure on input costs across the board, our inputs project team will intensify its work this year. The state has a direct role in setting public service charges in a wide range of areas, including utilities, development levies and service fees. These fees and bureaucracy must be reduced if the government is serious about restoring business competitiveness. It is important that the technical information farmers need to maximise efficiency is delivered in the most timely and efficient manner possible by the State Advisory Service Tagish. I want to see significant improvements in this area and in access to agricultural education. IFA will work with Tagish Director Jerry Boyle to make progress, and I look forward to a constructive discussion with him at our meeting tomorrow. On SACs, I am signalling today that IFA's election manifesto will be calling for a total review of the designation process and appeals and for proper compensation where restrictions are imposed. The risk of a repeat of the flooding problems of November-December 2009 has not gone away. Progress on the required river maintenance measures is too slow. While the Office of Public Works has been made the lead government agency under the Floods Directive, they must be given the power to override other agencies where necessary. On Environment and Rural Affairs Committee, we'll be fighting for investment in rural infrastructure to carry out works such as the badly needed repair and maintenance of rural roads. Last summer I visited a new walkway in Upper Church, County Tipperary. This walk is one of 40 under the new walk scheme and is reflective of farmers' contribution to enhancing Irish tourism. Farmers are prepared to play their part in assisting the tourist sector recover and prosper. However, farmers' rights must be respected and the small funding required to assist in schemes like this must be provided. The tragic increase in farm fatalities last year underlines the importance of all of us working together to improve safety on Irish farms. The IFA Farm Family Committee has prioritised farm safety for 2011. Proper investment in farm safety awareness and promotion is the best way forward, not further regulation and inspection. We are honoured that President Mary McAleese will launch IFA's Farm Safety Campaign here next week. I want to welcome the media here today and acknowledge their important role in highlighting farmers' concerns and bringing our message to the public. IFA appreciate the commitment and support given by all our voluntary officers and our staff in the regional offices, the Farm Centre in Brussels. The great strength of IFA is our 87,000 members and 4,000 voluntary officers. Our countrywide branch, county and national voluntary structure unites every sector into a strong and effective voice for Irish farmers. I can assure you that the full resources of IFA are being directed to deliver on the key challenges I have identified here today. They are at European level, resisting a damaging Mercosur trade deal and protecting our single farm payment in the CAP reform. At home, maximising producer prices across all commodities and negotiating a new Charter of Farmers' Rights. And finally, for the new government, securing full recognition and support for the vital role agriculture plays in our economy. Here, here. In the face of the worst recession since the 1930s, the farming community has shown its resilience. We are committed to playing our part in Ireland's economic recovery. I want to thank you all for your support, and I look forward to working with you in the year ahead. Thank you.